We'll never know. It's
the
still
trophy
under
will be
investigation.
buried. They're gonna throw that trophy in the Monaco waters and be like, none of you are gonna have it.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, I'm your boy Junior. Today I'm joined by Mark and only Mark. Ivan's out, but we do have his predictions. It is race week. We are back from the summer break. Second half of the season. It's anybody's game. Kimi leads the championship. Mercedes leads the constructors. Upgrades are coming. Mark, how are we feeling?
I'm excited. I
sense a little hesitation there.
I'm certainly feeling things. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go back racing here in Zandvoort. Sprint weekend, we get more racing. I know a lot of people don't like sprint weekends, but you know,
it is a sprint weekend.
50-50. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping Ferrari can do something, but yeah, I am excited.
Only two straight line modes in this track. We're at Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix. The last time we will see it on the calendar, possibly forever. We have seen other tracks come back from the dead. Malaysia this year, for instance, is coming back as the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yes.
Regardless, you know, these tracks, there's always a chance it comes back. Unfortunately, this is the last year we get Max's home race in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
This weekend is a sprint weekend. It's the 4th out of 6, but it's also an F1 Academy weekend. Got to mention that. Meaning it's a Nina Gateman home race as well. So she actually won one of the races last year. She got a win at home. So shout out her. I know she's looking forward to this race. She has a special helmet this weekend. Max has a special helmet this weekend. Isaac Hadjar has a special helmet this weekend. Yeah. In case you forgot, last year he did collect his first podium here in Zandvoort. Broke the trophy and everything. So this is a special race for him as well. He's riding alongside Max now as teammates. One last ride in Zandvoort.
One last ride.
I don't really know what to expect.
No.
We're coming off the summer break. There are a ton of upgrades coming. I mean, we have Mercedes bringing upgrades. We have McLaren bringing a small package. I know Baku is being looked at as the race weekend to deliver their huge package upgrade, who's supposed to bring like 3 or 4 tenths, I think they said. But this weekend they are bringing small engine upgrade, small upgrades. Ferrari's bringing, you said, a new floor. I think
new floor, yeah.
So Ferrari's bringing a new floor. Aston Martin, this is supposed to be another huge jump for them. We saw in Hungary right before the break that they made a decent jump. Everything they're saying and putting out is the upgrades are looking nice. They are looking to hopefully compete in the midfield. They're supposed to be gaining like 4 or 5 tenths.
I mentioned it before we went live. They're talking about how some of the Honda people that were there for, you know, the championship years with Red Bull have been coming back. So who knows? Maybe that makes a difference. But yeah, Aston Martin definitely one of the teams that needs those upgrades, and they are bringing them to Zandvoort.
Yeah. Speaking of the midfield, Alpine is also bringing upgrades. Yeah. So, and that's just the ones we know of. I'm sure when the official upgrade list comes out here in the next 3-4 days, usually by Thursday, Friday,
somewhere around there,
they come out leading into the weekend. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of other teams bringing plenty of other upgrades. I really don't know what to expect. I mean, if Mercedes is still bringing upgrades, I can only imagine that they're still going to be the team to beat.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody else is bringing engines, everybody else is adapting, but yeah, Mercedes is still right there adapting with them. So yeah, it's concerning. Hopefully a team like a Ferrari, McLaren, who knows, Red Bull can be right behind Mercedes soon. Obviously, I hope it's Ferrari, because Ferrari has been the number 2, like we always are. But yeah, the number 2 so far this season. But I mean, yeah, there's upgrades to be had.
Yeah,
this year, next year, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think worth mentioning too is with Ferrari, for in your case specifically, they are looking to bring a fresh new power unit in Monza.
Yeah,
which is our next race. So maybe this weekend we don't see a big jump, but it could be coming.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still 12 races left.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see. I mean, it's just a new floor, so I
Yeah.
can't imagine it'd be that big of a difference unless they really found something with the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, hoping just for a good result this upcoming weekend, and then looking forward to the big upgrade in Monza.
Yeah. It being Max's last home race for the foreseeable future. I mean, he does still kind of have the Red Bull ring in Austria. You know, he has that Orange Army helmet that follows him throughout, kind of like Belgium and
Yeah.
you know, Austria, and usually he wears the Orange Army helmet here. It being a special race for Zandvoort, he did bring a special helmet, but I'm biased, and I really hope he can pull off a win, man. I would love, like I said in previous episodes, like I just want one win. If he doesn't win another race this season, give me a win in Zandvoort, please.
Yeah.
Just he won in 2021 when Zandvoort came on the calendar, right? Because it came in the calendar kind of late, I want to say. I don't remember its first year.
Was it 20? I think it was 23.
No, it was 20. I know he won in 21. So I'm wondering I think that was the first year it was on the calendar for a while.
No, it was there 23. 23 he won.
23 he won?
Yeah.
I swear he won it in 2021 too. I might be wrong. But regardless.
21 he won. 23 he won.
Yeah.
22 he won. He won it for like 3.
So he's won it for a while. They also got new race suits. It's worth mentioning.
Yes, they're very nice.
The Red Bull is pulling out all the stops. They didn't get a special livery, unfortunately, at least that we've heard. But they are pulling out all the stops, special race suits, special helmets. They're gonna make it a memorable one for Max.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully they figured out something in the garage too to make it even more memorable for him.
Yeah, I mean, Red Bull, that start for them in the beginning of the year was really bad. Max has had so many issues with the car. Yeah, I don't think he's getting a win at all this year. But, anything can happen. It's Max. We've seen him come second. That's really close. So, who knows? A lot of things would have to go right for him.
Yeah.
But a win is definitely possible throughout the year for Max.
I think just because of who he is, and if the car gets even a little bit better, I mean, he's not going to fight for a championship, but he can get at least one win in there.
I think he can definitely get a win in there.
Hopefully it's this weekend. If it's not, like I said, at least before the end of the season, I just want one win. So last year, Oscar won. Max was on the podium, and then I mentioned Hadjar got his first career podium there. I saw a stat coming in this morning. There's only been one repeat winner this season so far from last year to this year. And that was in Hungary, Lando winning. He was the winner last year as well. There hasn't been a single repeat winner this season so far other than that one. Part of that is Kimi Antonelli has got 6 wins and he had no wins last year. So that's a huge chunk of it. But it's kind of like, it's almost shocking but I mean, going into new regs, it is, but it isn't.
I don't think it's that shocking in my eyes. Obviously you said the Kimi, George is winning. George doesn't have that many, wins in certain tracks. And then, of course, I mean, last year, the Ferraris were nowhere near the top. So the fact that they have 2 of those wins does take away some of those. So, yeah, I mean, like we mentioned, Oscar won here last year, got the pole last year. I think it would be the same for Max, except, the McLaren is kind of upgraded a little bit.
Yeah.
It would take a lot for an Oscar to be at the top of the podium. But, I mean, who knows? Lando got the win. Who knows if Oscar's issues are going to continue going into the second half. But, yeah, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see throughout the rest of this year.
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see because McLaren looked good towards the end of that first half. I mean, Lando won the race in Hungary. They're bringing a small upgrade package here and then turn around and bring in another one in like a couple weeks. I'm interested to see how many wins they start actually pulling from Mercedes this second half of the year.
there's so much unknown.
Yeah,
There's
it's all speculation because we haven't seen it happen yet.
It's not like maybe a last year where you're already deep in the regs. You know who's at the front. You know who could potentially make upgrades to go to the front. We don't know if a Red Bull, a McLaren, or Ferrari can make that big upgrade to like get them with neck and neck with Mercedes or even ahead of Mercedes. So, but McLaren did very well this, like towards the end of the second half, considering the beginning they did have. Lando's been on a heater, you know, for his sake, his fans' sake. I hope he can keep up that heater because, man, it's that beginning of the year was so tough. Yeah, the
beginning of the year was very tough for them, and like I think it's a stretch to say they're gonna fight for a championship.
Yeah,
but I feel like they're gonna start pulling out some wins, especially because. This is coming from me. Lando looked really good in Hungary. He had a really good weekend from start to finish. If he stays on that form and can stay there for the second half of the season, I mean, now Kimi's worried about his teammate, sort of. Kinda. He's worried about Lewis Hamilton. You still got Charles up there every now and then. You got Max up there even fewer every now and then.
Yes.
But then you're gonna have to worry about Lando, and if Oscar comes back refreshed from the second half and decides to figure something out, and the McLaren looks good, Oscar possibly too. Like Kimi's up there with a 50-point lead, but the championship is far from secured.
Yeah, it is definitely far from secure. We've talked about it. Can Lewis get his 8th?
And that's the thing is that even if McLaren starts, and that's where I'm at, is even if McLaren starts to pull wins, I don't necessarily think that Lando's going to make a Max type comeback and try to like win the championship. But if they start pulling wins away, well, that just helps out Lewis Hamilton. If Lewis Hamilton stays performing the way he was in the first half of the season and gets a couple more wins. Now what? You know what I mean? You know, you're securing podiums, you're securing a couple wins. Now the championship starts getting really interesting.
Yeah.
Is Lewis going to get 8? Is Kimi going to be the youngest champion in history?
Yeah.
Is Lando going to repeat if he somehow does make a weird comeback? Because where's Lando? Lando is only
he's only fifth. He's only 10 behind Charles.
He's 10 behind Charles. He's a good ways away from Kimi. But you never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I was going to say. Like, throughout that first half when Kimi is on the heater, because he kind of still is on the heater, we've talked about how Lewis really is the only guy you can like see right now making that comeback. Unless, like you say, Orlando, Charles, George can come back with the upgrades. Lewis is really the only guy that has the realistic chance, especially with the form that he took throughout that first half. But, man, it's... Like, for me, it's really hard to see anybody winning the championship besides Kimi.
Yeah.
As of like right now, it really
especially
is hard.
because Mercedes talked about earlier in the season that they were going to start working on their 2027 car pretty early on this year. And now they've kind of pivoted to like, well, we didn't pull away like we thought we were going to. Now we got to focus a little bit on this year, make sure we do secure this championship that we're in the lead, both of the drivers and the constructors. So they are having to pivot. They are having to adjust their developmental, program going into the second half of this year and then even in the next year. But if they can help secure the championship, it's worth it.
Yeah.
50 points isn't a lot.
Yeah.
When you win 25 for winning, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and then all the mechanical problems they've had this year.
Yeah. The reliability.
They said they're working on it, but you never truly know. And then driver error.
Yeah.
I mean, with George and Kimi. Yeah. Both of them have had errors this season, like some not as big as the others, but still they both make errors. It's not like they're not like a Lewis yet where Lewis makes very little on track errors. Because that's in the end, anything can happen. Anything can happen on track.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're getting at. Whether it's mechanical, whether it's error by the driver, anything can happen. But like I said, if Kimi's able to stay on this form, even if he does have a mechanical error here and there, unless a Charles, George, and Lando or Max to get back in the fight to mix things up, he probably has.
And here's the deal with this weekend. And this weekend is in particular, that's the word, specifically Zandvoort weekend, coming back off the race, it's a sprint weekend, so there's more points up for grabs.
Yes.
We've seen, I mean, we saw what Lewis didn't win a single race last year other than the sprint in China. We can get random sprint winners if, out of nowhere sometimes. So there's more points available. And if you looked at the forecast, there is a chance of rain throughout the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it makes you kind of wonder, like, what comes to play, right? Like those, like you said, those human errors, those driver errors. Are we going to have more of those? Or, the track, once the track gets wet, it turns into a different beast.
We haven't had a wet race at all.
We haven't had a wet race at all in 2026. No.
So, yeah, that'll be definitely interesting to see if we do get one.
Get me to Brazil and give me
another
crazy.
With the new regs, we haven't seen the new regs with the rain at
That's
all.
what I'm saying. We haven't seen. I need it.
That'd be very fun to watch. That would be very fun to watch. I'd love to see that, even if it's just a sprint.
Yeah,
just give us that one sprint wet race.
Give me some rain. Give me some interesting.
Some people flying off track. Who knows? Probably a Lance Stroll
driving in the gravel.
Yeah,
on purpose or not on purpose. Yeah, I just I want to like. I just can't wait to get to see racing again because it's all speculation. Like we can sit here and talk all day about it's Kimmy's to lose. Teams aren't catching up. But the summer break is a huge pivot point for a lot of teams sometimes.
Yeah.
It's also a huge time for news.
But considering past summer breaks news we got, and this one was a
little quiet.
Yeah, quiet.
But we did get the rumored Carlos Sainz has a contract extension on the table. Last I saw, it was what did we say? What did we read? He was hesitating because he wanted to see.
Yeah.
Like pretty much wanted to see what Williams is looking at. Maybe he wants to shop around, the market, see if any teams are interested in him. Gabby Bortoleto has apparently signed a multi-year extension with Audi. He's not going anywhere, he said. Alex Albon just signed a contract extension through 2027. I think he was already signed. They pretty much, it's kind of similar to a restructure of a contract.
Yeah.
Pretty much gave him some exit clauses. I think right now, if Williams could take both their drivers into 2027, even with exit clauses, they can breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
They just have to figure out their development. That car has been, we talked about it at the midseason award episode, how bad Williams has been this year and how much of a 180 it was from 2025 to this year. They have to hit that 180 again and go back in the right direction because if they go into 2027, they manage to keep Carlos and Alex.
Yeah.
And you roll into 2027 with absolutely nothing to show for it.
At the bottom of the barrel.
At the bottom of the barrel, you're fighting with Cadillac, the brand new team. Yeah, it's time. I think there's those exit clauses are going to be used.
Yeah, it can't be it can't be overstated enough. The wild 180, 1 year, the Jeremy Lin run they had in 2025. Because man, the vibes at Williams in 2025 were so high, and the fact that new regs came in. Obviously, you're gonna have problems with new regs, no matter who you are at the beginning. But the fact that it's just turned around this badly for them is absolutely insane. And like you said, the fact that they could both potentially be there in 2027, that's a win for Williams.
That's a win for James Vowles. It's a win for Williams. It's a win for that entire program if they manage to keep both drivers going in the next year. And I think that's the thing too, is that some of these drivers are hesitant to leave. We've talked about it 100 times, Max included, Fernando included. There's opportunities for them to go to their teams, but also we're in year one of a new regulation set.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, I'm going over here because they're winning, when next year there could be a new trick found, a new something, they finally figure out something in development, and then you left that team and they're in the right direction all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So you want to give them at least maybe a second chance in these new regs, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's constantly changing.
Also, I have to mention, we're still talking about Monaco. The FIA confirmed a hearing at the International Court of Appeal will take place August 25th. Under review, the appeals lodged by McLaren and Red Bull against the FIA's decision to rescind the 2 5-second penalties against Pierre Gasly in Monaco.
Pierre, give Isaac his trophy back. again.
We are still Monaco. It's Monaco.
In 20 years, we're gonna be like, who was on the podium in Monaco, Grandpa? We'll never know. It's
the
still
trophy
under
will be buried. They're gonna throw the trophy in the Monaco waters and be like, none of you are gonna have it.
Nobody gets it. Y'all want to fight? Nobody gets it. It's like
that just came out. It's crazy. August 25th. I guess they'll have that hearing. I can't imagine anything will change. I
think if the appeals are worth it. I mean, it is a very big opportunity.
That'll happen. Yeah. Maybe Isaac will get his podium back.
That'll be good. I did mention briefly the F1 Academy race. I do want to touch on that a little bit more because I feel like the F1 Academy deserves a lot more attention than they usually get.
Yeah.
This is their third race weekend, I think, of the season. They had a race canceled because of the two. I think they were supposed to race in Saudi, and they got canceled because Bahrain and Saudi Arabia got canceled.
Yep.
So they are making it up throughout the season. They are doing, I think there's 2 weekends where they're doing 3 races instead of 2, but they didn't get to race that weekend. So they are coming back off the summer break with F1. They are getting a race this weekend. Nina Gademan, it is a home race for her, like I mentioned. She's sitting 3rd in the championship standings. Alicia Palmowski, the Red Bull driver, is leading the championship. And then Alba, is it? How do you spell?
Alba Larson?
No, the Ferrari driver.
Alba Larson?
No, it's not Larson. Then is it Felbemeyer? Is that her last? How do you say her last name?
The Ferrari Academy driver.
Emma Felbemeyer. That's what it is. Emma Felbemeyer. She races for. She's supported by Audi. She's in 2nd place, not Ferrari. Larson is the Ferrari one, but she's like,
what are you talking about?
No, I had it because they don't spell out their names in it's only the first 3. Yeah. So, but Palmowski has a huge lead right now. She's at a 30-point lead in the championship. But like I said, Nina Gademan's in 3rd. So like they race 2 races every weekend. These points can swing. It's gonna be a big race for them this weekend going in. I think they only have 2 more after this.
2 in Zandvoort, 3 in Austin, and then 2 in Vegas, and that's the last in Vegas.
Yeah, so they'll end it in Vegas.
Yeah, unfortunately,
they only have 3 more race weekends, including this weekend. So make sure to tune into they stream the races and qualifying sessions all on YouTube.
Yeah.
So follow F1 Academy on YouTube because it is worth it. They all race the same car. They all race the same specs. I mean, it's all just skill level. They're essentially F4 cars.
Yeah, F4.
But I mean, Susan Wolf is doing this thing, trying to. They get 2 years each. She's trying to get a female driver eventually onto the F1 paddock. We've seen some great drivers come out of the program and go on to race in different categories. I mean, we've seen the legendary Ken Block's daughter race in that category. I think Abby Pulling is one of the best ones to come out, and she's racing in GB3 right now.
Yeah, first woman to be on the podium in GB3, and I think win.
So tune into F1 Academy because they're doing their thing down there, and I honestly as a frequent watcher, there are some changes I wish could happen to that sport.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely something.
It's still very new.
Yeah,
so I'm sure things will progress as it gets.
Yeah.
A little more support, a little more. It goes on a little couple
gives
years.
These girls a spotlight that definitely can be helpful. But definitely do think that there are changes that can be made, especially to support these women because they only get 2 years in academy and then they're like we were talking about before.
Yeah,
Maya Woog. Yeah, she's unfortunately ran into some troubles not being able to get seats.
She came in 2nd last year in the championship.
Yeah. She was winning and fighting for the championship, and the fact that she's not able to drive and not getting these seats is very unfortunate. But F1 Academy is definitely love to watch it. Sometimes they do give good races, but I definitely think there can be changes to made to definitely help some of those girls.
Hopefully, the more people tune in, the more attention it'll get, the better it can get for them. I mean, it'll be pretty dope. But like I said, tune in this weekend. Nina Gademan home race. She's gonna fight for a win. I'm sure it'll be fun. Other news coming out. Our boy Yuki.
Yes.
Yuki might be driving for Indy next year.
I mean, this was one of the options that we heard that could be a potential for him in IndyCar.
They said he's in contract talks with one of the teams. I didn't see which team it was specifically. But he's in talks with one of the teams, and then his name has been thrown out there as being a possible Williams replacement if one of those leave. Yeah. being a replacement for Haas if Ocon leaves or gets booted.
Meyer Shank Racing.
Meyer Shank.
Shank. Yeah.
I'm not a big Indy watcher.
I'm very base level Indy. Like
same. But it could be another F1 driver out on the IndyCar scene. We've seen a few of them go that route. It works out for him sometimes. Sometimes it don't. I mean, I think Yuki's good enough to go out there and compete, man.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
Definitely.
I really don't have a whole lot more going into this weekend.
Yeah, I was about to say Cadillac. Also, Cadillac is confirmed.
Oh, yeah. Cadillac did confirm they're keeping their lineup. So we are expecting another year of Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas for the American team, our home team. Not our favorites. We do support them. Always support Checo.
Yeah.
Always support the U.S. team because we finally got one.
Yeah.
That's actually like.
Yeah, in the US.
I mean, I know we had Haas, but like, did we have Haas?
Did we? Did not.
But yeah, no, that'll be interesting to see. They're taking strides in the right direction. Yeah. I really want to see where they go in year two. Year two of the regs, year two of them being a new team. You have two drivers with a ton of experience. You can only move forward.
Yeah.
I mean, they were beating Aston Martin for
quite a while.
Most of the season so far. I'm not saying they're going to go fight for wins and podiums, but if they can creep into that midfield come next year, I think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, definitely makes sense to keep those guys. Definitely
just got to keep the car from fucking catching on fire.
Yeah, but definitely makes sense to keep those guys for the second year. So many people talk about Bottas. I know I talked about it. How he has been underperforming compared to Sergio with what they have. But yeah, I think it definitely makes sense to keep both those guys onto the ship going into year two. And I imagine this time next year when we talk about maybe Valtteri being replaced if he doesn't step it up.
I think you got to look at which direction the team moves to. If the team's taking huge steps in the right direction, and then you have maybe Valtteri not performing or even Checo not performing the way that they should with where the car is, then you have that conversation where we're going to become this time next year. Oh yeah, they're replacing him. I mean, because there's a ton of talent coming up through the portal from F2 and F3. From the F2 series. Racing Bulls are in a pickle. They got people coming up and they don't know what to do with them because Liam and Arvid are performing. So they're like, well, we don't want to just give away their seats because they are doing what they're supposed to, but. I would hate to be a team principal and a team developmental professional because hard decisions will be made here in the next couple of years. Especially because if you saw the graphic F1 put out, there are technically only like 6 seats actually confirmed for 2027. I think Alex just made it like 7 or 8, whatever it is. There aren't a whole lot confirmed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of expectations. I mean, they had Max as one as the confirmed, and how many times have we mentioned he could possibly be leaving? Yeah. So when you look at confirmed, it's contract signed. They are supposed to be driving for this team next year. There could be the shuffle is on. The shuffle could be on.
Yeah, we keep talking about it, and I'm very sure it's going to happen. There's going to be a shuffle. Of course, Aston Martin had theirs as well. It's Lance Stroll. Come on, let's be real. He's probably staying, even though he probably doesn't even want to be here anymore. But yeah,
I think. If you're Lawrence Stroll, you got to look at it and be like, all right, it's time. You know what I mean? Like, especially if Aston Martin is taking steps in the right direction and they are starting to fight for points or in the midfield with these upgrades coming. And if Lance Stroll's still in the back, you just got to be real with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, maybe my kid just don't got it. Hey, Lance, let's go find you a category that you do have fun in.
GT.
Well, we saw what happened when he went and raced for GT.
Yeah, but he likes it.
I mean, true.
Lance couldn't stop praising GT so much.
I guess if he's going to race at the back of the field, he might as well go racing one he likes.
Do it somewhere you like and enjoy. You're always here being in the back like, bro, leave. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. God damn.
I love Mark's crash outs. So yeah,
paid all that money to fucking cheat
not
your
too
way
much
here.
news coming out of the summer break. But like I said, we are excited to get back on the track. We get more racing, we get extra racing with the sprint. F1 Academy. I know I'll be glued to my TV pretty much most of the weekend, just hearing the sounds and listening to Crofty yell again. It'll be fun.
Oh,
like
yeah.
back like we never left. So going into the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort one last time.
You know how I said that I usually throughout the episode
So you think about your you didn't think about it at all. So now, like I said, going into the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort one last time, we're gonna give our pole and podium predictions, just in case you forgot, or just in case this is the first time watching. As always, we do a point system: 3 points for predicting P1 right, 2 points for predicting P2 right, 1 for predicting P3 right, and an extra point if you predict pole right.
Also,
we did add, if you didn't see our video, make sure you go watch it. We did load up the F126 rig. We did see who could match or beat last year's pole time. Oscar put up a 1:08.6. 1:86. We didn't even get close, but Mark did get the fastest time out of the three of us. So he did get an extra point added. Oh, yeah. And I think we're gonna try to do that for every race weekend. We'll figure out the logistics behind that, but I think for the rest of the season, we are going to load up the rig. We are going to try to see who's fastest and who can get the closest to the pole, and maybe add a point to the predictions just to kind of shift it a little bit.
Shake it up
a little bit. No, why not? I mean, I'm leading, so I really don't like that because I'm the worst at F126. But
sucks to suck. I don't know what to say.
I don't know. I think these guys tried to weasel their way into me losing again because they know I'm bad at the game, but we'll figure it out. So going into the predictions, Ivan did text his predictions to me. We'll do pole first, and then we'll do our podium. Ivan has got Kimi on pole.
Yeah, me next.
Yeah, who do you got on pole?
I'm just gonna go basic. I'll go with Kimi for a pole.
Okay, see, that's who I had. I had Kimi on pole. If Mercedes is bringing upgrades, even if they are small upgrades, I mean, they're already leading the pack.
Yeah.
I really doubt anyone's going to challenge them other than maybe McLaren because of their, what's the word I'm looking for? The success rate they have when it comes to the upgrades.
Yeah.
But I still think it's Kimi. Kimi gets pole. It's Zandvoort. I mean, there's only 2 straight line modes.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting race.
Yeah.
So we'll go into podium. Third, he has...
What, did he type it backwards? What's going on?
Yeah. Okay, I see. Third position, he has P3. He has Lando. I was like, he typed it weird. He has Lando Norris. P2, he has Lewis Hamilton. And then P1, he has Russell winning the race. You know, one thing I've noticed about Ivan's predictions is he will say one person on pole and then not even have them on his podium at all. Almost every week you can go back and watch where he'll pick his pole position and then they're never on the podium. Hey, but that's who he is.
Yeah.
P3 Lando, P2 Lewis, Russell, P1 winning the race.
That is certainly a podium.
It's an interesting
podium. For a split second, I almost thought putting George to win.
Mm-hmm.
And if he somehow wins after I say that, I'm going to be very pissed. But no. Third, I'm going to go with Oscar.
Okay.
I think McLaren will perform well here. I would have put Lando, but just the fact that Oscar won here last year and I feel like he's due for a good performance and being back on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go Oscar third. Second, I'm stuck between the Ferrari boys. Don't know who's going to show up, who's not. But I'm gonna go with Lewis. I feel like if any one of them are gonna do it, I want it to be Lewis in first. The kid's on the roll this whole year. I feel like it's not gonna stop right now. It's gonna be Kimi.
Okay. So for me, I don't have the Ferraris on the podium. I'll admit it. I really don't. I thought about it and I was like, I think if anybody, it's Lewis sitting maybe P3. But I got George Russell P3. Recently engaged, summer break. He comes back a little bit happy, a little bit refreshed, fixes mentality a little bit, loads up in the car. He puts on a decent race. Not good enough for a win.
Yeah.
But I think he gets podium. He gets P3. P2 is going to be Lando. I think those McLarens are going to be... I have this feeling that those McLarens are going to creep back into the scene and be just in the mix for a couple races, or for the rest of the season rather. And then P1 winning the race, I have Kimi Antonelli. Like you said, the kid's just been on spectacular form. He got his break. He's still, how much of a break did the kid really need? He's young as shit, but he's got his break. He was able to enjoy his time with whatever he did over the summer break. Come back ready to ball out and close out the championship. Kimi comes in, picks up the season where he left it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily last race, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Great form, winning race.
Yep. Not much else to say.
So we'll be back next week. We'll recap Zandvoort. There is no race. We don't have a back-to-back. So we'll recap Zandvoort, and then I think we have to preview Monza. Let me check the calendar real quick. Schedule. We'll come back next week, and we'll recap the Dutch Grand Prix, and then we will preview... No, all we have to do is recap. We have a week off after that before we have to come in and preview the Italian Grand Prix. So yeah, we'll be back next week to recap our first race back from the summer break, Dutch Grand Prix. We'll see how Zandvoort goes one last time. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, hit those comments. Let us know what you think. Give us your predictions. Let us know what you think is gonna bring on in the second half, because I don't know what to expect other than Kimi Antonelli being Kimi Antonelli. And hopefully a Max win.
Hopefully Ferrari don't do any more fuck ups with it. That's wishful thinking.
Well, it's Ferrari. You never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you follow us on all our socials as well. At Around the Circuit on TikTok and Instagram. At Around the CCT on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. If you're on there, hit us with a follow. Hit us with a subscribe. Hit us with a like. Check out our pole position challenge video. Let us know what you think about those as well. We'll see y'all next week. We're out of here.